Hey toy and collectible fans, Fly Guy for TekSushi.com. Just giving you a bit of a Robocop movie review in the previous video, but if you want to now have a look at the Robocop toy here, here's one of them from the movie. This is obviously the remake for 2014. You can see some text on the front of that packaging there, basically a light up feature and lots of different languages. And there's the packaging, my big fingers knowing. There's the side of the packaging and you get to see a little bit of the new Alex Murphy, played by Joel Kinnaman. Does a great job in the movie, I have to say. Light action Robocop 3.0. So this is a 6-inch figure. Not bad, but there are quite a few flaws in this one, that's to say. And it's really not a great figure, so I'd hold off from spending your money, quite frankly. This is made by Jada Toys, or Jada Toys, whatever you want to call them. There is another version of Robocop, the silver version, which is selling like hotcakes. It's the one that's really selling out everywhere. But look, this was pretty cheap. I was buying something else from an online toy store and just chucked this in the basket. So, as it says there, visor light up, 2 weapons included, and that's about all you get. If you want to freeze frame, you can just read that text there. All of it Detroit and Robocop, and it's in lots and lots of different languages, so it's pretty much the same. Movie by MGM. Very interesting moment when the movie opens up and you get to see the MGM lions, and it's a very funny noise going on. But I'll let you go to the movie and see what I mean. There's some other figures in the Jada Toys line. A talking Robocop, that's a kind of 12-inch figure, and some other less cool figures there, and some smaller Robocops as well, from the 3 3/4 range. That's the packaging. Inside there is a pretty crappy leaflet which tells you how to press the button for the light up figure and how to replace the battery. So not a great deal going on the figure overall. And by the time you get all these languages on here, it kind of ruins the packaging personally. There's just so much stuff on the go. But we understand the point of getting all this put on it. So here's the figure. This is the tactical version of the figure. And it would help if I put it in the middle of the camera, wouldn't it? There we go. So let's zoom in on that figure. Now, if you're thinking, where's the focus here? You can't see his mouth. He doesn't have one, which is one of the flaws in this figure. The mouth is barely able to be seen. If I really super high def zoom right up there, let me just sharpen up. You literally cannot see the mouth. There's a very, very fine line. You can just see it in the plastic. But the paint is applied in such a kind of poor way that you just don't see it. You can even see some paint spillage from the black mask coming across there. Now the one key feature we just showed you briefly, press the chest piece there and you'll see there's a nice light up light that comes along. And it looks pretty good. The LED light in there goes all the way across and also to the other side too. So you get a full kind of effect there. Nice touch, but then the minute your finger's off it, it's pretty useless. So personally, I would have preferred paint. But again, it's a bit of a selling feature, so I guess that's the point in it. It's, or a play feature, I should say. Nice kind of features there on the chest. You get a nice OCP logo, and it is well sculpted. There's a fair nice kind of sculpting of the body armor going on there. It's pretty smooth. It is all one color, so there's no real variation or anything kind of too super exciting about it. We do get a lot of these big, ugly screw holes at the back. Yeah, not too good. There's some silver, it's not some silver, some shiny black paint there, which adds a little bit of variance to it, but it's pretty dull, it has to be said. All in, it's a pretty plain figure. I can see why the silver one is popular, which is not a complete repaint, it's a completely different figure altogether. So really it is the superior figure if you're going to buy 2, and if you can find it, go get it. But it's pretty much sold out in most places. The weapons that he comes with 2 weapons. You can see this pretty standard Robocop looking weapon there with a little bit of red paint on the splash there. The silver paint too, and again, not much else going on with that really. Unfortunately, there is no way to store the weapon in the legs. There's no functionality like that here. There's also another weapon on the side, which is nice little touch there. There's the OCP on the little machine cartridge. Pretty basic though, not a lot going on in that weapon. Pretty straightforward. And on the back of it, you'll see again OCP, the fictitious company that's in the movie, and this little clip just kind of goes around to basically hold it onto the forearm there. But yeah, that's about it. In terms of articulation, he has got a very stiff moving neck. It doesn't do much more than that. Not a great deal of articulation. That's as high as you can get the shoulder, folks. It's really not going anywhere. So it is a ball joint on a hinge. In terms of getting the arm, that's as high as you will get the arm. It will not go any further. You're completely limited by the armour, so it's a bit of a rubbish point when it comes to articulation. You can do bugger all. In terms on the body, absolutely nothing. The legs have a little bit of a ball joint on a hinge, but it's limited again. I don't know what's holding that back there. It looks to be the armour. We do get a joint on the knees. That's as much as you'll get the knees to move. I mean, really? That's it? And there's absolutely bugger all in the ankle, so there's no ankle articulation. This cost me under $10, so I'm under no pretenses that this is not a great figure. But yeah, it's just not good. So don't buy it, basically. That's the long and short of it. If you don't mind a piece that's just going to sit there as a kind of a display, then yeah, this will do. But it's yeah, you want to save your money and get something far, far better with a little bit of paint for the visor to make it a little bit better, and a mouth, which would really help. So yeah, it's a cheap figure, but it's been rocked out pretty quickly, and it does the job, but it's really not great. And frankly, not a patch on. We reviewed it not that long ago at the NECA Robocop, or even better, the Figma Robocop. So save your pennies and get the classics, far, far better with a whole lot more articulation than the newer versions. So that was Robocop, the 3.0 later version. Let us know what you think. If you've seen the movie, if you're in a country where it's available yet, let us know. Leave a comment below. But what do you think of this figure? If you've got it, or now that you've seen it, do you want to buy it? Which one's better for you, the silver or the 1.0 or the 3.0? You tell me. I'd love to know. Maybe you're collecting the 3 3/4 inch figures versions of these, which apparently are not much better. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Let us know what you think in general. Leave a comment below, and if you want to join us on some of our other channels to see some other images, as we've mentioned, of in other videos of some 3.0 Robocop stuff and lots of other Robocop bits and pieces, you'll find high-res images on our Facebook and TekSushi album galleries. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. Lots of links underneath below. That's it. We'll see you for more toy reviews coming up soon. Cheers.